Hi, I'm working on a small dress-up type game for a jam. I'm doing it using the ct.js editor. What I am making is a superhero costume maker. It is using a number of different costume parts that can be combined in different ways. Each part can be made to have one color from a 16-color palette, and you can change that color during the game. To achieve the coloring, I'm using a tint function, having the coloring of the base sprite being white background with black lines. The tint function takes an input in hexadecimal, so red, green and blue is each assigned a value between 00 and FF, which is 255 steps. My first thought was to have a control where each color could be set to each of these steps, giving a full palette as far as colors that can be shown on a computer screen goes. After some thought, I came to the conclusion that this might be overdoing it. The average user would probably not find this to be a very useful way of setting things up. So instead, I settled for a much simpler 16-color palette that will be very easy to use and still be very useful. Each part can only have one color in addition to the black line work. That means that if you, for example, want a shirt with two colors, you need two different sprites to get that result. The color chooser can be used for each individual costume part and also for the character itself. So if you want to have a superhero with green skin or blue skin, you can have that. The character's hair is a separate costume part and can be colored separately within the 16-color palette. The costume parts are grouped together in different groups. Shirts is one group, and pants, trousers, is another. Each group is set as a template, and a copy from each template is entered into the room. Looking at the interface, we have 3 controls for each object, except for the character itself. The third control can shift between on and off and controls whether the copy of the object is visible or not. The second is to mark which object can have its color changed at the given time. The change is done by clicking on the color of choice on the color palette. The first control controls which version of the object is to be shown. By clicking on the number, it is counted up one step at a time until it comes to the last number of versions, and then it switches back to number 1 again. The way the version is changed is that the texture of the object is changed. It is kind of a primitive user interface, but very good for being able to add new types of shirts or what have you at a later stage, without having to make a big redo of the interface. Another major factor for making this application is layers, or as it is called in ct.js, depth. Each of the color items needs to be added at the correct depth, so that the correct part goes on top of parts that should be below it. For almost all possible combination in this game, so far, a fixed order of depth works. The exception is boots and pants. In some versions of pants, the pants goes over the boots, and in one, the boots go over the pants. So for this situation, we need a bit of code to set the boots to different depths depending on what version of the pants that is shown. Well, for now, this will be all. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you later, and bye for now.